Hey guys, so since doing my last video, which was things that suck about working retail, another obvious thing that I hate is when customers are on their phone while I'm serving them. Now this could be while I'm serving them on the floor and helping them get stuff, or when I'm serving them up at the counter and scanning their stuff in. I think it's only fair to also take the opposite side and do a things that suck about retail workers. We've all been faced with these situations where we go to a store to buy something and the experience is terrible just because of the worker that is there. And it's funny that I'm saying that because I am actually a retail worker, but I think I know just as well as anyone else who works in retail whenever a worker is sucky. So the first thing that I hate is when retail workers are rude. Now I understand people have their bad days, I even have my bad days at work sometimes, but I never let that affect my work or the experience that a customer gets. So this could be as simple as a worker not having a smile on their face when they're serving you, if they're acting really grumpy, or if they're just being downright rude about everything. Like I said, I know there are bad days, but you're being paid to be there, so at least fake it and act happy. Another thing that I hate is when retail workers speak over you. Sometimes stores get really busy and they have to shout at the other worker next to them, but more often than not you'll find that they're having a conversation about Groove in the Moo or Stereosonic or just something totally irrelevant to what's happening. So in that case, I can't help but think that they're ignoring me and they're just chatting to their friend across there. So it definitely comes across as rude and I personally don't appreciate it. There's nothing worse than when you really need help and a worker ignores you. So I particularly get this a lot at Bunnings. I don't know if anyone else experiences this, but Bunnings, their shelves are really high and I almost always need the thing that's up the top and I can't reach. And it will take me about 15 minutes before I can actually find someone to help me. And what's worse is sometimes I'll see a worker, I'll wave them down, I'll even walk up to them and get so close to them for them to turn around and walk away. It's so bizarre on so many levels to have someone pretty well ignore you and walk away from you when you're asking for help. I guess that also transfers to when you walk past a worker and they totally ignore you, they don't even greet you or anything like that. I also find that a bit rude. I absolutely hate it when workers don't know their job. And this could be as simple as they don't know what to do, and I understand some people are new at their job, they can't be perfect. I totally understand that. But I hate it when I'll ask a worker, hey, can you tell me where your towels are? And they might tell me, no, we don't actually sell towels, but then I'll go for a walk on my own and I find towels at the store. It's like, can you please at least have some knowledge of what you sell rather than just telling me no? I mean, they totally could have lost a sale in that sense. On the same note of that, I also hate it when retail workers lie. I particularly take notice of this because I can tell when someone's lying and when they don't know what they're talking about. I get this a lot whenever I look at technology, so if I'm looking at a computer to buy or if I'm looking at a camera to buy, you can definitely tell when someone doesn't know what they're talking about. More so especially when all they're doing is reading the little fact sheet that's right next to the price tag. I mean, I totally could read that myself as well, mate. You need to tell me a bit more than that. And then worse than that is when they make it completely up. So they could be selling me this phone and say, oh yes, yep, it'll totally float in the water. It won't get water damage. You can put this underwater and it'll be fine. And that would have to be the most annoying thing, is when they lie and they try and sell me something just to get my money when this actually won't float in water and survive in water. So absolutely hate it when retail workers lie about products. I guess this depends on whether you're a female or not, but I definitely notice when retail workers are being sarcastic. Now I particularly get this at a lot of clothing stores, and I'll walk in and they'll say, hello, how you going, da 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 da, but their tone is so fake, and as soon as they finish talking to you they switch off like that, and a split second later they'll turn around and it's like doom again and their smile's off their face. They don't want anything to do with you because in their mind they've done their job, they've greeted you, now you can go away essentially. I guess I only hate this because I've been on the side of a retail worker, but I absolutely hate it when managers and store runners leave absolutely everything up to their workers. So I particularly get this whenever I walk into a large store, and not once will you ever see the managers do anything, but you'll see all the workers scattering around and stressing trying to help out all of these people. There's nothing more that I hate than when I see a manager just sitting on their ass to the side doing nothing and their poor little workers are stressing their nut off just to serve me. I think something that a lot of people misconstrued about our job is that we control everything as workers when there's actually the managers behind us. So I hate it when it's all left on that one person and the poor thing is getting stressed out. I seriously hate that. Another thing high on my list is when workers are lazy. I see this a lot during Christmas time when lines are really long at checkouts and people have a lot of things to buy and there's only probably one checkout open. But if you look 10 meters to your right, there will almost always be a worker who's chatting to their friend and doing nothing. I absolutely hate it when workers are that lazy that they're making all of us wait just because they're too preoccupied in their conversation to do their job. I guess this depends on personal opinions and things, but I hate it when workers snatch my money or my credit card out of my hand. Now, I'm particularly funny with having workers touch my credit card. I like to be the person who swipes it and enters the account and everything. I like to be the person who does it all. So I hate it when I'll just be holding my card close to me and a worker will come over and snatch it out of my hand. I just find it a little bit unnerving. I just really don't like it. Like I said, it might be a personal thing for me, but I just don't like people touching my things if I'm not reaching out and giving it to you. But anyways, those are pretty much all of the points that I wanted to address in this video. Like I said at the start of the video, I am a retail worker myself, so I feel like I know more so what constitutes a bad worker, just because I know what we are meant to do and what some people try and get away with. So hopefully you guys got a little giggle out of this video. I'm sure it's something that you can all relate to as a bad shopping experience, so if you have any funny experiences, share them in the comments down below. But anyways, like I said, that's pretty much all of the points that I had to say. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!